Hollywood Confidential, thanks for listening in this weekend. Going through a divorce is tough for the mom and dad. Whether it's a marriage or not, breaking up is hard. When there are kids involved, it's even harder. And usually everybody's so wounded and so hurt and so frustrated that, you're so focused on your own healing that maybe there's not enough thought, in my opinion, that's going to what are the kids really experiencing. So Marina Lombardi wrote a book called It's My Divorce Too. A lot of wisdom coming from a 16-year-old, and we've been giving you tips for the past few weeks. We're down to the final 3 topics, Marina. So let me just ask you to pick it up from there. What do parents need to hear about handling the divorce? Point number 12.
Number 12 is please don't make promises you can't or won't keep. And that is something that's extremely important during a divorce because children have already seen one promise be broken, and that was the promise of a marriage for life and, having a family for life. And now it becomes a parent's responsibility to make sure that they don't make any other promises to their children that they can't keep.
Wow. So a kid sees that as a broken promise, just the split up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, number 13.
Number 13 is be big enough to admit that you're not perfect and you may need help. Parents sometimes don't think that they need help with anything. And being vulnerable is scary. And going through a divorce makes you vulnerable. And as children, I think we're less afraid to admit that we need help, but it's also expected that we'll need help because we're young. But it's, a divorce is, in many cases, a new experience for parents, too. And spending money to go and seek help from a therapist is a lot better than turning to drugs and alcohol, etc., because you can still be there for your children.
That's a beautiful example. And also to remind parents who might be thinking, I can't afford that. There's all kinds of price ranges and all kinds of services available. Calling, getting recommendations. Yeah, this will fit into your budget.
Exactly. If you need help, there's somebody that will help you.
Great advice. And by the way, we're putting all these on our website. And Marina's, I want you to go to her blog, which is itsmydivorce2.blogspot.com. And we will wrap up the series in just a bit. Stay close.
Right now, he's probably slow dancing with a bleach blonde tramp.
I'm Leeza Gibbons, and we're talking with Marina Lombardi. She's an author, self-published. Her book is It's My Divorce Too. And she wrote it when her parents were splitting. And, Marina, I think for adults, it doesn't matter if you're the one who wanted the divorce, if you consider it a liberation, you're reclaiming your life, or if you were the one who was, betrayed or whatever. What usually happens, what often happens, is the children end up being these innocent victims. And you've been giving us tips on what parents really need to know about their kids' experience. And don't you think that most parents want to do the right thing? What keeps us from always making the better choice?
Sometimes it's just not understanding or not realizing. I mean, many parents do things or don't do things without even considering the fact that it could be hurting their children. It's not usually an intentional thing.
So to wrap up our series on the tips, and I think we were going to do 14 tips, so I think we're at point number 14. Mm-hmm. What would you say that parents, moms and dads going through a divorce need to remember? Well,
point number 14 is if you generally place the needs of your children before the needs of yourself, then you'll probably end up seeing a lot of rewards in doing so. And that's very true. It's a parent's job to always make sure their children are taken care of. And that includes, when their children are going through this divorce with them, because they're not choosing this and the parents are. So it might be harder to pay attention to those children's needs now because parents are in a time of great need as well. But it's something that's very important. And if those parents can really make an effort to take care of their children, it will be so much better in the long run, because they will have much better relationships and much more communication.
Boy, you hit it right exactly square in the target. You know, our job is to keep our kids physically safe, but emotionally protected as well. You're an expert. You're an authority. I hope to see you everywhere with this message. I want to remind people of your book. It's called It's My Divorce Too, and you can read Marina's blog. It's mydivorce2.blogspot.com. Congratulations. We thank you so much, and thank you for sharing copies of the book, which I love to share with our listeners. If you'd like to receive a copy, then all you have to do is just email me right now. I'm at Leeza@LeezaGibbons.com. Just give me your name, your address, and we will give away free copies of It's My Divorce Too. Marina, congratulations again. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you.
So email me if you'd like a copy of It's My Divorce Too. We'll be right back on Hollywood Confidential.